French seams are typically used on fabrics that fray more easily. To start, you pin your pieces together, wrong sides together. So my wrong sides are together. You take your seam allowance and take it in half, or take part of it. So my seam allowance, let's say it's 5/8 of an inch. First I'm going to go and sew, actually I'm going to go and sew 1/4 of an inch to start. Now this seam needs to be pressed open, but before I do that, I'm going to trim this seam allowance just a little bit. I need to press this seam open to help make that easier. I'm just going to finger press at one end before bringing my iron to it. So now that I've pressed that open, it will help make this a cleaner edge. So now I need to press along this stitch line. Now I'll go back to my sewing machine and stitch along this edge with a 3/8 inch seam allowance. Now all that we have left to do for this is to sew our second seam. So it's been pinned. Now with right sides together, this time I'm going to sew at 3/8 of an inch so that I can make my full seam allowance 5/8 of an inch. And now I have my French seam. As you can see, the edges are enclosed within my seam. You can't see them from the outside or the inside. And then all that would be left to do is go and press the seam allowance to whichever side you need to.